Welcome to Uncommon Facts, your ultimate channel for exploring everything extraordinary. Are you ready to uncover truths and debunk myths across all realms of knowledge? From history's hidden stories to tomorrow's technology, from Earth's deep mysteries to cosmic enigmas, we dive deep into it all. Every week, we bring you facts that are as fascinating as they are rare. Dive into stories that will astonish, educate, and inspire. So make sure to subscribe and join us as we uncover the secrets of the unusual and the unknown. Here, every fact is a journey, and every story is an adventure. Join us every week as we bring you surprising revelations and strange facts that will challenge your understanding of the world around you. So hit that subscribe button, and let's start unraveling the mysteries of the universe together. Remember, every discovery tells a story, and every fact opens a door. Stay curious and prepare to be amazed. This is Uncommon Facts, where the only thing you can expect is the unexpected. Hello, and welcome to today's video. In this video, we will be discussing some of the most common historical misconceptions and debunk them to set the record straight. History is full of myths, misconceptions, and half-truths that have been passed down through generations. Some of these myths are so deeply ingrained that they're often taken for fact, even though they distort or oversimplify historical events and figures. 1. Christopher Columbus proved the Earth was round. One of the most persistent myths in history is that Christopher Columbus set sail in 1492 to prove that the Earth was round. The common story suggests that everyone else believed the Earth was flat, and Columbus boldly set out to prove them wrong. The Earth's shape was known for centuries by the time of Columbus. Educated people across Europe already knew that the Earth was a sphere. Ancient Greek scholars like Pythagoras and Aristotle had theorized the Earth's spherical shape as early as the 6th century BCE, and Eratosthenes even calculated the Earth's circumference with surprising accuracy in the 3rd century BCE. The debate surrounding Columbus' voyage wasn't about the shape of the Earth, but rather its size. Columbus believed the Earth was smaller than what contemporary scholars estimated, which is why he thought he could reach Asia by sailing west. He was wrong, of course, but instead, he stumbled upon the Americas. 2. Vikings wore horn helmets. The image of Viking warriors wearing horned helmets has become iconic in popular culture, from operas to cartoons and Halloween costumes. The idea of fierce Viking raiders with horned helmets fits perfectly with their reputation as ruthless invaders. Vikings did not wear horned helmets. There is no historical evidence to suggest that Vikings wore helmets with horns. This misconception likely originates from the 19th century, when Karl Emil Doppler, a costume designer for Wagner's opera Der Ring den Nibelungen, adorned his Viking characters with horned helmets for dramatic effect. Archaeological evidence shows that Viking helmets were simple, made of metal and often domed, without any horns. In fact, wearing horned helmets in battle would have been impractical, as the horns would have easily gotten in the way or provided opponents with an easy target. 3. Napoleon Bonaparte was extremely short. Napoleon Bonaparte, the French military leader and emperor, is often remembered as being extremely short, to the point where the term Napoleon complex is used to describe men who overcompensate for their lack of height with aggressive behavior. Napoleon was average height for his time. Napoleon's height has been exaggerated due to a combination of factors, including a mistranslation of French measurements and British propaganda designed to ridicule them. In fact, Napoleon stood about 5 feet 6 inches tall, 1.68 meters, which was average for a Frenchman of his time. The myth of his short stature persisted partly because his bodyguards were significantly taller than him, making him appear shorter by comparison. 4. The Great Wall of China is visible from space. It's often claimed that the Great Wall of China is the only man-made object visible from space, with astronauts supposedly able to see it from the moon. The Great Wall is not visible from space without aid. This myth has been debunked by astronauts themselves. While the Great Wall is an impressive feat of engineering, it is not visible to the naked eye from space. The wall is relatively narrow compared to natural landmarks and other large-scale human structures like cities or highways. Even from low Earth orbit, the wall blends in with its natural surroundings, making it difficult to spot without the help of telescopic lenses. 5. Marie Antoinette said, "Let them eat cake." The phrase "let them eat cake" is often attributed to Marie Antoinette, the Queen of France during the French Revolution, as an expression of her disregard for the starving poor. Marie Antoinette never said this. There is no historical evidence that Marie Antoinette ever uttered this infamous phrase. In fact, the saying first appeared in Jean-Jacques Rousseau's Confessions, which was written when Marie Antoinette was just a child. Rousseau attributed the quote to an unnamed great princess, not to Marie Antoinette specifically. The phrase was likely attributed to her later to paint her as a symbol of the monarchy's indifference to the suffering of the French people. But it is nothing more than a myth. 6. The Middle Ages were a dark, backward time. The term Dark Ages is often used to describe the period following the fall of the Roman Empire, with the assumption that Europe plunged into ignorance, superstition, and stagnation, until the Renaissance brought about a revival of knowledge and culture. The Middle Ages were a time of innovation and progress. While certain aspects of life in the Middle Ages were challenging, especially in terms of warfare and disease, the period was far from intellectually or culturally barren. The Islamic Golden Age brought major advancements in science, mathematics, and medicine. In Europe, universities were established, Gothic cathedrals were built, and important works of philosophy, theology, and literature were produced. Many of the innovations in agriculture, architecture, and governance that emerged during this time laid the groundwork for the Renaissance and the modern world. 7. George Washington had wooden teeth. A popular myth about George Washington, the first president of the United States, is that he had wooden teeth. Washington's teeth were not made of wood, while George Washington did suffer from dental problems and had several sets of dentures. None of them were made of wood. His dentures were crafted from a combination of materials, including human teeth, animal teeth, ivory, and metal. The myth of wooden teeth may have arisen from the appearance of the dentures, which could have been stained or discolored over time, making them look like wood. 8. Salem witch trials burned women at the stake. The Salem witch trials of 1692 are often remembered as a brutal period in American colonial history when women accused of witchcraft were burned at the stake. No one was burned at the stake in Salem. While the Salem witch trials were indeed horrific, no one was burned at the stake. 19 people, mostly women, were hanged after being convicted of witchcraft, and one man was pressed to death with heavy stones. Burning at the stake was not a punishment used in the American colonies for witchcraft, though it was used in parts of Europe during earlier witch hunts. 9. Medieval people believed in a flat earth. It's commonly said that during the Middle Ages, most people believed the earth was flat, and it wasn't until the age of exploration that Europeans realized the earth was round. Educated medieval people knew the earth was round. The idea that medieval Europeans thought the earth was flat is a misconception. By the Middle Ages, scholars widely accepted the earth as a sphere, a concept passed down from ancient Greek and Roman knowledge. The works of scholars like Thomas Aquinas, who integrated Aristotelian philosophy into Christian theology, reinforced the idea of a spherical earth. The flat earth myth didn't gain traction until the 19th century, when it was popularized by writers who wanted to paint the Middle Ages as a period of ignorance. 10. The Emancipation Proclamation freed all slaves. The Emancipation Proclamation issued by President Abraham Lincoln on January 1, 1863, is often thought to have immediately freed all enslaved people in the United States. The Emancipation Proclamation did not free all slaves. The Emancipation Proclamation declared that all enslaved people in Confederate-held territory were free. However, it did not apply to slaveholding border states that remained loyal to the Union or to areas of the Confederacy that were under Union control. Slavery was not fully abolished in the United States until the passage of the 13th Amendment in December 1865. So this is our today's video. If you like our video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel Uncommon Facts, a channel that is entertaining as well as informative, or hit the bell icon. We will meet again with another interesting topic. Till then, stay safe and stay happy.